As a filmmaker, we want to develop and create our own unique style, whether that's the fast paced, crazy editing of Edgar Wright, or it's the just scale and scope of like Christopher Nolan, or it's the violence and the action of Tarantino. All of these directors have their own unique style, and as filmmakers, we all kind of want to have that as well. We want to have a thing that people can look to and say that is distinctive of that person, and that is their movie because their style is just so present in it, and their name, they basically put their stamp on that movie with their style and with their filmmaking. So how can we get there? How can we develop our own style and really create our own voice as filmmakers? Well, it's kind of learning a lot of everything, and it's learning what you like and what you don't like, because ultimately style comes from a bunch of different things all kind of coming together. It can be the acting. Do you want your actors to be more over the top and intense, or more realistic and subdued? It can be your cinematography. Do you want it to be more grounded, lots of shots on tripods? Or do you want it to be very energetic and fast-paced and always moving? The editing, how do you want your edit to look? Do you want fast-paced editing? Do you want stylized editing? Or do you just want to keep it simple and let kind of the performances show through more than the editing itself? It can be color grading. How do you want the color of your film to look? It can be the lighting. How do you want the scenes to be lit? Do you want, very soft, very, high-key lighting? Or do you want very dark, contrasty, moody lighting? All of these things play into style, and it is a lot to think about. I'm not gonna lie, there's so many things that go into it, and there's so many elements to it. But ultimately, a lot of these things will just be determined by the story and what you're trying to tell. The lighting and the shots and everything just kind of revolves around telling the story in the way that you see fit. So these are things that can seem overwhelming when you look at all of them, but as you break it down, it becomes clear what the right decision is for your movie and for your style. So how do you learn these techniques? How do you learn new ways of lighting? How do you learn new ways of directing or color grading or editing? It's practice. Ultimately, it's practice. It's experimenting with things, it's finding new things and techniques and just doing them and trying to see what works and really what you like. Now, for me, that's really been the best way to create style in my movies and develop my own style. Now, my style is not like definitive yet. I'm still very early on in my filmmaking career, and so I am still learning and I'm still trying to develop my look and my style. But the biggest thing that I've found that's helped me go from just kind of like someone who I would say is competent at filmmaking to someone who is starting to have a style has been experimenting and really pushing my boundaries and doing the things that sometimes I don't even think that I can do, and doing stories and concepts that I'm like, I don't really know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to figure it out. A major example in my own work would be lighting. Lighting is something that I've been really working on and trying to learn more about and become a lot better at in my own work. And there's a lot of things that I've started to notice that I really like. A big one would just be like colorful RGB lighting and really trying to implement that into my films. I love when movies kind of use more abstract and weird lighting setups that aren't just trying to make natural light look good, and I think using RGB panels and using RGB lights, whether or not it's like something that is directly like related to the story, like in The Doorway when we had like the magic effects that were just kind of these cool colorful things that were I would say like in world, or it was, some of the scenes in Dreams where it was more of a creative choice of just like, I just want the light in this scene to be purple for whatever reason. And it was just more like the color fits the scene and fits the mood. And so, trying to learn about color theory and learning about how to use color effectively is also a big part of that. But again, that's just a thing in my style that I've learned through experimenting and through trying new things. And I am really happy with the growth that I've been able to see in myself through that. Because for a long time, I felt like I was competent, but I wasn't really creating a style. And so by, really trying to learn lighting and adding that as a major thing that I wanted to grow as a filmmaker in, that has really helped me develop my style. Again, it's all very subjective. It is all, what do you want your style to be? And the only way to really figure that out is to kind of watch movies, see stuff that you like, and then implement that into your own work and see what you like and what your style really is. There's no like handbook that I can give you that says this is what you need to do to get your style, and it's all just experiment, 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 find what you like, and kind of go with that. And it just takes time, and you just kind of got to piece things together, but ultimately over time you will find what you like and you will develop your style. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.